Hey, happy day. Love the bangs. Actually, I hate the bangs. This haircut's driving me crazy. And one of these days I'll get used to it, but right now it's driving me crazy. Do you ever make a change in your life, hoping it's, or thinking it's going to be positive, and then you're like, you have to get used to it, right? Whenever we make a change, we have to get used to the change and make it a habit. Well, I'm not used to the hair yet. I'll get used to it, maybe because I've had the flu for a couple of weeks and it just kind of mussed up everything. But I'm calling today rolling because I feel like I'm starting to get momentum and get on a roll again. Day 4 of the Challenges Secret Challenge, and I'll probably change the name of that, and I'll probably do it this year live 8 times because I'm taking Kelly Roach's live launch challenge as I'm doing my challenge. And like anything else, we find things in anything that we expose ourselves to: experiences, books, programs, webinars, topics, videos, whatever we watch and consume, including the crap that we consume like Netflix or Hulu or crazy YouTube videos or silly things. It all impacts us, and we put it all together and we spit it out in something that's uniquely ours. And I'm doing that with my challenges. I was looking like everyone else, everything evergreen, but I'm thinking I actually love doing stuff live. So the live launching, it's kind of giving me permission to go ahead and do my challenges live all year long. And so I think that's what I'll be doing. I'm kind of excited about it. I think I've even got a name for it. I will share more with you on that in a couple of days. Right now it's Challenges Secrets Day 4, and it was all about the mechanics of how to do a challenge. And there's, of course, a myriad of different ways to do it, but I share, hey, keep it simple. What's the way that I do it? I keep it as simple as possible. Make it free. If somebody has to spend a lot of money to do a challenge, they're not going to do it. If it's hard or complicated or not simple or easy, they're not going to do it. And so I boiled it all down to what is the simplest, easiest, fastest way to knock out and get your challenge out. Every single person that's on my challenge could have a challenge done, mapped out, and be doing it next week. It's that simple. It's boiling it down to, this is what you really need to do. You don't need to spend a year learning and figuring out and doing to other people's and taking courses. This is it. 10 days. And it probably will go from a 10-day challenge to a 5-day challenge or a 4 pillars challenge, whatever. We'll see if I adopt that format exactly or if I continue to go with my own. I'm already doing it over kind of a 10-day period. So they've got sort of a 10-day period. I think it's a 10-day period. They go 4 and 5. I guess it's 9 days. So maybe close enough. We'll see. I'll have to test it and tweak it a little bit. And of course, make it my own. So I feel like I'm starting to, whenever I start a new challenge, the first couple of days to me personally are a little rough. I don't know why. Probably because I do different types of challenges all the time. This is actually only about the 2nd or 3rd time that I've done the same challenge again. And it's never the same challenge. It's the same topic. I did stress when I was, before challenges were even a thing. On my blog, I did a daily stress relieving challenge because I had tons of stress in my life. This was actually back before my sudden cardiac arrest, and I needed to de-stress my life. And so I did a 30-day challenge to try to get the stress down, and it worked a lot. So I went right back in and I did another 30 days. I had another 30 days on it, so it ended up being actually a 60-day challenge. That was probably my first longer challenge ever. Because I just needed to do that. So I think the reason that the first couple days feel a little rough and I don't feel like I'm flowing is because I don't do the same one over and over again. I think if I adopt the live launch strategy with my challenges and do it over and over again, but live this year, I think that'll be really, I think that's the key. I think that's the thing that I'm missing is I'm always doing new things. I'm always learning new things. Shiny object learning loop much? Yeah. Totally. So I think that, and not I think that, I know that this feels better to me. This feels right to me to focus in on something I love to do, something people need and can really benefit them, and then focusing it in on and for a narrow group of people. I think this is the direction I'm going to go this year, at least 2020. Vision, focus, right? I think that it just feels right. So flowing. I feel like I'm flowing with that. I feel like by the time I get to day 4 of my challenges, and of course if it's a 5-day challenge, I would hope I'm flowing, but my challenges tend to be longer. They tend to be 30, 90, 180, or 365 days. So since I tend to do longer challenges, sometimes in a new topic all the time, it takes a couple of days to get into the flow of it. Now, when I do a longer challenge, I think I showed you this already, but I map out, like when I did my 90-day blood pressure challenge at the end of last year, I map out just an outline, a really sketchy outline of the days. I'll even show you if I can grab it quickly here. In a journal type notebook, I always start a new notebook for each one, but I just map out, now this is going to be several days, of course, the outline of the topics. I just brainstorm it out, and then I just then talk about each of those topics each day live. And I'll do that for whatever length challenge it is. But on the longer challenges, I outline it. Then of course it changes as I'm going through the challenge all the time. So it starts like this, and then I end up in a totally different book, usually with the absolute actual daily topics. So challenges are my jam. I absolutely love them, and I want to teach people how to do them because they're super fun, they're super effective, and they can change your life, because our obstacles, our challenges are actually the key to what we're here to provide to other people, the key of how we can serve other people. Because if we've solved it, we've gotten through it, we are a perfect example of how to get through it, and sort of how to get through it without making all the mistakes we made along the way. Skip doing this because I spent 3 months on it and it got me 0 results. Maybe it would work for you, but the probability is that you're not going to get the results out of that either. So why not just skip over that 3-month learning curve and start right here, or that 3-year or 3 decades in some instances learning curve. Topic today for Supersize Your Business was in dire straits. And of course, for some reason, a couple of days ago, I did the 10 English idioms that are about problems or difficulty or challenges. I'm doing a 10-day challenge, so I was like, I wonder what the top 10 idioms are about challenges. And of course, I didn't get challenges, but I did get problems or difficulties. And it turned out that in almost, over 300 days of doing a daily idiom, I'd only ever done one of them on the list. So I thought, well, why not do these 10? So apparently, beginning of this year, I'm talking about difficulties and challenges every day. So today we talked about in dire straits, and how can we actually use being in dire straits to move our life in the direction we want it to go. We can do that by solving our own problems and helping other people solve their problems, so that they don't feel like they're in dire straits, so that they do get out of difficult situations and troubled situations that they think they thought or believed they maybe couldn't get out of, or were really freaking out and stressed out about. We can help them do that in that way. Fun day 2. Today was day 2 of doing one fun thing every day, and it was about just drawing out and mapping out our family tree and how our family tree can be fun. Now, some of us might not have had super duper fun, amazing families. I happen to have an awesome family, so I was excited to draw out my family tree, and I did it in the book, but you can just do it on a napkin or on a post-it note or a scrap of paper, and just start with yourself and go back to your parents and your grandparents. If you want to do more than that, go ahead. I don't actually, this is bad, but I do not know my family tree. I know one of my aunts on each side of the family have done extensive work in family trees, and so I feel like I should get that. I feel like it's kind of interesting to know your heritage and where people came from and who they were. It's just kind of interesting and fun. But I've never really done it. I don't really live in the past. I haven't really, that's a little bit of a lie. We all live a little bit in the past. But I'm curious now, after doing this fun exercise today, I'm curious about my heritage and my ancestors. I think it's interesting. What else have I got today? Birthday lunch for my sister. She got the flu too. Everybody seems to have gotten the flu. Sad but true. And I know I didn't start it, but I caught it somewhere. And I am actually feeling like I'm climbing out of that big, deep, dark hole of feeling crappy all the time, and I can get my energy back in it and move. I did lose my daughter's dogs yesterday, which was a little drama when the police knocked at the door and said, is this, are these your dogs? I said, oh my God, thank you. So had a little stress and drama losing the dogs yesterday. Still working on the health thing, but that's kind of an always thing, right? And then after I'm healthy in a day or two, I will really hop into my 2020 actions and things that I want to do. So if I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with another update, what I'm up to, what's going on, what's working, what's not. I've done a lot of, in the last 700 and some days, stuff that was interesting. I learned a lot, and sometimes we think that our effort that we don't apply immediately is wasted, but it's never wasted because it all comes together to create something unique and different and special that only we can provide and share with other people. So sometimes I like to beat myself up and say, oh wow, that course was a waste of time. I only learned one thing out of it. But guess what? If I got one thing out of a course or a webinar or a book or a audio or a video or something that I listened to and invested some time in, then it's worth it. I don't expect to get everything out of one thing or one source. I know that who I need to become and how I need to become and what I need to learn is different than anyone else. And so my path to that is going to be different than anybody else's. And that's part of why I share this journey with you, because I don't want you to ever feel like you're alone, or that you're the only one that's doing these things, or crazy, or that you're the only one that's ever made a mistake, because oh my God, I made a gazillion. So that's it. Have an absolutely amazing day. Again, if I can help you, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.